I was born in Toronto, Ontario, October 10th, 1991. I lived there with both of my parents, older brother and grandmother till I was 5 years old until my parents filed for divorce. My mother and I, along with my brother, moved very close to Toronto to New York. My brother started grade 1 and I started kindergarten. I was really nervous starting school for the first time. Eventually, I made friends and went on to complete every grade up to grade 5. I then moved to Calgary where my mom got remarried. Since we moved a lot, my brother and I got real close since at first we didn't know anyone and had to make friends, so we talked a lot. We used to play lots of sports and always went out to play, but every now and then we'd get into a bit of trouble because we used to ride our bikes around in egg houses and get into little fights. But overall, while we lived in Calgary, it was some of the most fun times of my childhood. After I got into grade 8, I moved here to Surrey. When I moved here, I went to Queen Elizabeth Secondary for all of grade 8. When I started getting into a lot of trouble, started experimenting with drugs and alcohol, I was in grade 9, and it was when I went to Princess Margaret Secondary. I heard that this school was notorious for fights and drug use and sales and a lot of other stuff, and at first it didn't seem like it, but slowly and gradually I started to see all of these things and I got sucked into the wrong crowd soon enough. I started skipping school all the time, always getting into trouble and getting suspended, and eventually got kicked out at the end of grade 9. During that summer, I traveled to England with my brother and for the whole summer, and it was pretty fun. After I got back, I started school at Panorama Ridge. It was the strictest school that I ever attended. Eventually, I got kicked out from there and went to a learning center. In grade 11, I got back into Panorama, but again got kicked out towards the end of the school year, but this time the learning center didn't even accept me. For about 8 months, I didn't attend school, but I worked here and there and mostly partied, and then I started getting involved with some even worse crowds and older people. It was only a matter of time that I caught my first court case with the kind of stuff that we were involved in. After that, I kind of started to lay low and not do as many stupid things as much as I did, because I always thought I could get away, but I was wrong. Now I go to the Keys alternate program because I wasn't getting anything progressive done. Even after I stopped trying to get into trouble, sometimes it seems like trouble has a tendency to find me. Now, it feels like I came from playing street hockey to getting caught up in the court system in just a period of 2 to 3 years.